Hi guys, welcome back to the Social Tune. And today we are going to be taking a look at the new album by Lupe Fiasco, DROGAS Light.
I already got the money, already got the bitches. I send them for the niggas, I'ma do it how they did it. From the trapper to a rapper, trapper to a rapper, trapper to a rapper. Now nigga make it happen.
You know, I've been simultaneously really looking forward to this and dreading it. You see, on the one hand, I love Lupe. He's a great rapper who has made some fantastic albums like The Cool, Food and Liquor, and of course, Tetsuo and Youth, which was one of my favorite albums of 2015, with some of Lupe's best songs to date. But on the other hand, Lupe himself gave this album a 7 out of 10, and said it was just a collection of songs that he had stored away and that we shouldn't take it seriously. On top of that, he also mentioned that this album was meant to be a refinement of the sound he was going for on his 2011 album, Lasers, which many people would call his worst album. Now, I remember liking Lasers when I was younger, so in preparation for this album I decided to revisit it. And yeah, it's not good. I wouldn't even call it bad, just really disappointing from Lupe. And I say that as someone who likes a couple of tracks off of that album. And then of course I started seeing other people's reviews for this. 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, no dear. So what did I think of this album? And honestly, I know I'm going to be in the minority here, but I actually really enjoyed it. It's not great, but in terms of pop rap, you could definitely do a lot worse. So while I can understand why people hate it, I just don't. And to open up this discussion, we need to talk about the production.
Hey, this Porsche nigga convictions, especially when it come to our case. You seen the movie, they killed the nigga. Why you still wanna be like Scarface? Why niggas gon' lose? Yeah, I said it, niggas gon' lose.
Okay, so remember that Lupe said that this was a refinement of his sound on Lasers? Well, believe me, after revisiting Lasers, he was not lying, because this is better focused, better mixed, better written, catchier. Now, I'll admit that I also prefer it when Lupe gets more experimental, like on the best tracks on Tetsuo and Youth, but I don't really have a problem with a lot of these tracks. Of course, songs like City of the Year are extremely generic, and the chipmunk voice on High makes it practically unlistenable, which is a shame because I quite like the instrumental on the verses. But on the flip side, you have the epic-sounding Made in the USA, or the mournful NGL, which genuinely sounded like a Tetsuo and Youth leftover. Now, the last 4 tracks on this album are the most Lasers-esque out of all of these songs, and I will admit they are very hit or miss. Pick Up the Phone is basically a rip-off of his 2008 hit Superstar with a weaker chorus and less interesting lyrics. Promise honestly sounded like a Drake leftover, even though I will say I really like the strings on that track. It really gives the song some extra personality. And while I didn't mind the disco-touched It's Not Design, I'll say it, I loved Wild Child, which is basically the exact same song but with a better hook. Heck, going into this, I actually liked all 3 of the lead-off singles, especially the great storytelling rap song Jump. And the closer, More Than My Heart, is a sugary tribute to mothers everywhere, which would be a lot more stomachable if the song Madonna from his last album wasn't a much deeper and more meaningful tribute to mothers. In terms of production, the only other song I'll mention is Kill, which is a strip club anthem that Ty Dolla Sign completely dominates. And no joke, it may be the best thing Ty Dolla Sign has ever done. So let's discuss him further, along with the other guests on this album.
Saturday night for niggas, astronauts and alcohol, we're like satellites for strippers. I'm talking running round and round we go on a Saturday night.
Yeah, there are a lot of features here, so let's just get the worst ones out of the way first. Rondo easily has the worst verse on this album opposite Lupe on City of the Year. He just embarrasses himself. And Salim shows up twice, once on It's Not Design and then once again on the closer alongside RXMN. And like I said, neither of these songs are bad, it's just that I can easily point to other better Lupe songs that they remind me of. The guest that I didn't like at all was Simon Sayz, who shows up on both of the worst songs here, Low and High. And the vocal production on those songs is just awful. The hook sounds terrible. Rick Ross and Big K.R.I.T both show up on Tranquillo and both deliver really good guest verses. Well done there. But the best guest verse on this album easily comes from Gizzle on Jump, who easily matches Lupe on that track. And otherwise you have the singers on this album. Again, Ty Dolla Sign really did impress me on both of his features. First on NGL, where he basically does the same thing that he did on Deliver, more just there to add atmosphere than anything else. And then again on Kill, where he basically owns the song, and it's honestly the best I've ever heard him sound. And I genuinely laughed out loud at Victoria Monet's contribution to that track. In a good way. Otherwise, I really liked the energy and the jovial nature that Jake Torrey brought to Wild Child. Finally, you have Bianca Sings' vocal flourishes on Made in the USA, and she matches the anthemic quality of that song extremely well. Overall, I would tentatively bring this roster over the one he had on Lasers. It is a slight improvement. So, are the lyrics better too? Okay, so once again, the thing that's important to note is that Lupe has said that this album is not meant to be taken seriously, and that this is just a loose collection of songs he had stored away. So you shouldn't really expect a thematic link running through any of these tracks. However, I really do get the feeling that Lupe wanted to do a space album at some point, because a number of these tracks really do seem to orbit around that, if you will. Like the multiple astronaut references on the strip club anthem Kill. Or on Jump, where he meets a female rapper who gets him to write raps in order to further her career, then gets them caught in a police chase, and then they both get abducted by aliens. Okay. The rest of the songs do seem unrelated though. Made in the USA is a brutal shakedown of the perfect America to reveal all the ugliness that goes unnoticed underneath. NGL is pointing out how the system is rigged in a way that will ensure that black people will fail in most situations. On the flip side, Wild Child is just an incredibly fun love song about how this girl makes him feel like a young, wild man again. Otherwise, the rest of these seem to be sugary love songs in the same vein as Wild Child, or unfocused brag tracks. With the exception of Pick Up the Phone, which is an incredibly whiny track about begging this girl to just pick up the phone. Even though they say on the song that the line isn't secure, so why do you want her to pick up? And if it doesn't matter and you want her to pick up the phone anyway, then why did you even bring up that the line wasn't secure? So yeah, this album is very uneven. But overall, I found that the best moments made up for the bad moments. And Lupe himself is good to great across this album. So I wouldn't call it a disappointment, and for a pop rap album, I found it enjoyable for the most part. So I'm giving it an extremely light 7 out of 10. If you're a fan of Lupe, you may hate this, but I would ask you to give it a chance. It's honestly not that bad, it's just nowhere near as good as Tetsuo and Youth. Otherwise, if you're a fan of rap and hooks, then this is certainly better than Lasers. Check it out. You'll at least find some songs that you'll enjoy. So, thank you guys for watching. If there are any other albums coming out in the next month or so, please post them in the comments or tweet them at me so I can listen to them and possibly review them. You'll find a link to my Twitter in the description. Feel free to follow me if you'd like. Please subscribe so you don't miss a thing, and until the next time, I'm Finn, and this is The Social Tunes signing off.